Hello and welcome to this video. So this video at the beginning was the idea was to compare the new generation firewall with the old generation firewall, in this specific case Palo Alto and pfSense. First of all, I'm nothing wrong with pfSense. It's fantastic firewall for home. For home is beautiful, but happen time to time, then I'm reading on Facebook groups, of course, IT Facebook groups, then somebody suggests to use pfSense, even the corporate or small businesses. And this is very, very, very bad, because if somebody comes to tell you, you got firewall, you think to be protected, right? I'm secure, I have a firewall, so I'm cool. In the meantime, I was thinking to build this video. I found another things. One, missing configuration. Then it's very worry, very scary. Then I'm going to show you in a minute. So basically, we shouldn't use the old generation firewall in the companies or small businesses because they don't have the application inspection. Even you got application inspection, you need to set correctly. Because by default, I'm going to show you, the traffic is allowed, that specific traffic, then you will see. So what I'm going to show you today. First of all, I'm going to show you my Kali VM. So I'm going to create two backdoors. One in port 961. Another one in port 800 for testing. So with one backdoor, I will infect one computer, and with the second one, of course, the second computer. So enter. And at this point, I'm going to say help generate. Going to copy this one. Copy, paste, 0. Going to copy again this one because I need for the other session. Copy, paste, copy. Okay. Enter here. So I have my two backdoors. Now I'm going to copy the first one. I have to send them via email because unfortunately I don't have other option. And going to copy the second one. Copy. Paste. Okay, sent. One is connected to Palo Alto and one is connected to pfSense. Basically, even Palo Alto is cool firewall, as could be Fortinet, for example. The behavior is actually the same. So if you don't set anything like application inspection, the firewall do what the firewall does: open and close the port. That's all. So, and finish the story. Most of the time, the people think about the hacker attack from outside to inside, like buffer overflow, exploit, etc., etc., etc. But today, it's not easy attack from outside to inside. Most of the time, the attacks, the attacker, they infect one computer inside, and from inside they breach outside. If the firewall is not set up correctly, you don't realize that. You have a breach on your network and you don't know. Simple as that. And the port for the bridging is not some fancy port or strange port. It can be even 443. In this case, I set the backdoor in port 961 just for demonstration, but it works even for 443. Obviously, you cannot close 443. Okay. I have in both of them the same emails, of course. So the first one here, copy, and I'm going to run this one in PowerShell. Okay. And okay, here everything looks good, right? No problem. This one is the machine with pfSense. Going to copy the second backdoors. Here. And now have a look at what's going on in Kali. Right, Kali. So as you can see, backdoor session established on IP 016, backdoor session established in 0183. So I'm the computer, basically. If I'm doing sessions, there we go, active, sessions here, active. So let's have a look, Palo Alto logs, what they say. Let's have a look, 10 seconds, and now we should see the port that we are going to run in the backdoor. So in this case, port 961. As you can see, insufficient data or unknown TCP, depends. Basically, Palo Alto, even have application inspection, etc., will allow the traffic because it's like this, it's by default. This is a very big missing configuration. In fact, I was thinking yesterday, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, how the hackers or the attackers can breach the companies, even they got a very good firewall. Because the firewall will allow the traffic. You see, it's nothing. Because this is, I think, is a missing configuration. Not for all firewall in the world, but usually, who care? No one. Because if you put the filter for unknown TCP, unknown UDP, you could block even the application the company needs. So in this case, you should ask, the developer, when they cannot connect to something should come to the security department or network department and say, I need the access for blah, 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 and you create the appropriate application. So let's have a look to block, and we'll check even what's going on in Kali machine. So here there is a rule on top of everything. Then I just call unknown TCP. At the moment is disabled. I'm going to enable the rule. And I'm going to show you what I put on the rule. So source any, destination any, application, as you can see, unknown P2P, unknown TCP, and unknown UDP. And I even set action, but this one will not take place in this case. But anyway, profile, default profile, antivirus, vulnerability protection, anti-spyware protection, URL filter default, etc. Okay. Let's have a look here. Say push. We go back to Kali machine. Should be this one, I think. The first one. So, let's see. It's pushing. Just to give a few seconds. Almost complete. So 98%. And let's have a look what's going on in this one. Because the policy will not take action immediately. Yeah? It depends. Of course, here the traffic is video. It's basically nothing. but something I can see from logs, then I'm going to show you. But first I want to see here. Stay active and active here. Okay, let's have a look at the logs. At some point here, it should mark red, like block. Let me see. The session is still active. Okay, let's try to remote. Session. Copy the session. Shell. Paste. You see, technically I'm on the computer. Now, when the policy will take place, it should block. Let's see. In fact, you see, I don't receive anything yet. All right, this one is good. I'm just checking the logs. Session, this one, take even this session here. This one, I think it's pfSense. Shell. Paste. You see, in pfSense, no problem. I got the access. Come on. And instead here, the session is tell you active, but is not active. Is actually. Let's again see the session and define it. And from the firewall, I receive the logs because the traffic is too low. There. Nothing happened. And from the logs, at some point, we should start to receiving block port for 961. Let's have a look. Okay. And there we go. Port 961. Mark as block deny. Or deny. That's all. So when you set the application on the firewall, even you allowed, you turn on all feature on your firewall, you have to remember to check the application because by default is allowed. But in a zero trust environment, should be block everything. Zero trust means zero trust. See, has been helpful for you, and see you at the next video.